I just finished filming my first YouTube video, so if you're tuning into this, go check out the first video I uploaded. That kind of just explains a little bit about what I'm doing and what this kind of series is about and who I am. Just gives you kind of like a little bit more info. But if you're tuning in now and you've already watched, welcome to the first episode of the prep series. I'm so excited. I am 11 weeks out. 11 weeks out from my first bikini show. Man, so nervous, but so excited, and I can't wait to bring you along this journey, and hopefully everything goes well. I'm sure it'll be tough, but I'm super excited. So, not to mention, it is December 30th, 2019. We are almost in 2020. I'm so excited, but yeah, just thought I'd throw it out there. Monday, last Monday of 2019. Here we have it. It looks a little bit sad. It's not like there's a big portion here, but it's really yummy. Just take a look. I sometimes will usually have like a different vegetable, just because like other vegetables you can kind of have more volume, whereas like peas, they're like a little bit more in calories. But since I just got back to Kelowna the other day, haven't had time to do a grocery shop, so that's basically all I had. So yeah, there's the meal. Happy January 1st and the start of the new year, the start of the decade. I basically just had a super chill day today, as well as last night for New Year's Eve. We kind of just stayed in and just had a pretty chill night, and then had a chill day today. And I just got back from the gym. First workout in of 2020. It was pretty good. Not a lot of people there, so it was nice later in the evening. But yeah, I'm super excited to start this new year and go towards my goals I have, my upcoming competition, and I can't wait to bring you guys along with me. So I'm excited for that. Also, I wanted to mention, don't feel bad about waiting until January 1st or the start of a new month to set goals. Sometimes that's just how people get motivated and how they start new things. So don't feel bad about the people posting about like, oh, it's January 1st, like you should start a goal other times. Like, yeah, for sure. I truly believe you should like start right away and start now. But if you need that start date to whatever it is you want to start and achieve a goal, don't feel bad about that. Just do it. Go for your goals. But also, don't start when you're ready, because you'll never be ready. Start when you're uncomfortable. Giving you an update of where my body is sitting at about 11 weeks out. Sent in some updated pictures yesterday. Weight sitting at about 119-ish. Still kind of like going down slowly, so that's good. Not dropping significantly, not going up. Things are staying pretty consistent. So yeah, that's just like a little bit of an update for how the plan is going and what I'm doing. But anyways, I wanted to show you guys my absolute favorite dressing. I have this like every single day, and if you follow me on Instagram, you've definitely already seen all the food posts that I post like almost every single day. And on those meals, this dressing, I can guarantee it's probably on like 99% of them. It's so versatile it's so diverse. No, it can be so versatile on kind of any meal or food you want. And I like to think it's almost like an immune booster salad dressing too. It's super, super good. So first, before we get into it, I'm just gonna go through and do a little rundown of all the ingredients. So first is just like any kind of salt you want to use. I like to use Himalayan pink salt for the minerals and just kind of the extra taste. That's just me. So next is going to be Dijon mustard. Make sure that you are not grabbing the honey Dijon. That one has a little bit more calories than this one. So this one is 5 calories per 1 teaspoon, and that one is 10 calories per teaspoon usually. But if you don't care, then whatever, buy whatever mustard you want. But this is the one I like to use. Next, every vegan's best friend basically, nutritional yeast. Love this stuff. This stuff has lots of protein and B12 in it, so it's really good. You can actually just like add it to anything. I add it on my lunches, my dinners, snacks. Like, it's so, so good. It's almost like cheesy, and yeah, it's good on a lot of stuff, so I highly suggest this. Next, balsamic vinegar. I would like to say I'm almost a balsamic vinegar connoisseur now, because literally, like I said, I have this dressing like every single day, and the main part of it is balsamic vinegar. So I can really tell now what a good balsamic vinegar is and what isn't. Why I love this stuff is I got this one locally, and I highly suggest shopping locally if you can. Usually the products are better, sometimes a bit more expensive, but I could really tell the difference in this one. But if you want, I get this one as a backup. So I'll put it here and put it on the screen if you want to see it. I get this one as a backup. It's a little bit cheaper, but again, I can tell the difference of the taste of this one. So I usually like to spend a little bit more and get a better one. Ones that I usually do get that is pretty good, and you can just get it from the store, is Maison or Fay, I think it's that one. I'll put it on the screen as well so you can see that one. But next is stevia, and when I'm not on prep, I will put honey in, but since honey has the extra sugar and carbs and calories, I can't put that in here. I can't have those extra calories. So using stevia just as like a little bit of a sweetener, but make sure that you don't just trade honey and stevia, because stevia is like very potent and it has a very distinct taste and flavor. So you don't want to do like 1 tablespoon honey, 1 tablespoon stevia, because this is like, I don't know, it just has like a bigger taste and flavor. So make sure you don't change it as much. You want to have it like 50% less when you use stevia. And next, a classic olive oil, kind of any olive oil. But I will say, this is where most of this dressing's calories come from, because oil is a fat, and fat holds more calories than carbs and protein do. So this is mostly where the calories are coming from, but I will say that's not a bad thing. Oils and fats are good for your body, and you need them to function. And olive oil is a very good way to get your fats in. Obviously a little bit and not too much, but highly suggest doing this, and avocado and other good fats to get your fats in for the day. Also, you can add more olive oil, add less, depending on the calories, depending on how much you want. Again, it's kind of versatile and it doesn't really matter. Kind of getting sidetracked. But what's great about this dressing is most dressings you buy in the store are going to have heaps and heaps of olive oil or fats or creams, and that's what really drives up the calories in the dressings. So by being able to play around with it yourself, you're able to really, really customize what's going into your dressing. Next is garlic. And here, if you're a garlic lover like me, you're gonna wanna put in 3 cloves like I usually do. But maybe if you're just kind of on the normal garlic side, you can just go ahead and put in 1. But garlic is really, really good, especially at this time of the year in the winter when there are colds and flus going around. It's a really good immune booster. So putting this in here is super awesome. Next, lemon. I prefer fresh lemon over lemon juice that you can buy in a bottle, just because fresh lemon just tastes more fresh in my opinion. So I like to use this one, and again, it can be a really good immune booster as well, so that's going along with the garlic. And last but certainly not least, apple cider vinegar. This stuff is like super, super good for your gut health, and I just like the brand Bragg. I don't know, I've just always used this one and I like this one. And if you're gonna get this, make sure you get the one that says with the mother. So that means it has the culture and the bacteria in with it, and that's what you want, and that helps with digestion and bloating and overall stomach health. So those are the ingredients. I've put them all in MyFitnessPal so you can see all the ingredients. They'll put a screenshot right here so you can see it. All of this, 57 calories, 5.8 grams carbs, 2.4 grams fat, and 2 grams of protein. And this is how I usually make mine. So for me, this is like a single serving, but of course you can add more or less of each thing and make more for other people. And it's a very balanced macro type dressing. It's not too high in carbs or fats and has some good protein in there, so that's why I really like this dressing. And without further ado, let's get started and I'll show you how to make it. So I'm just gonna push all this stuff out of the way so you guys can see what I'm doing. And I'm gonna be putting it in a mixer, like blender, just because I like the way it all kind of mixes together and turns out. But if you don't have a blender, you can, or like a NutriBullet or like anything like that, any small thing, use that. But if you don't, just try and get all the ingredients, like the ones that have like the garlic and stuff, into really, really fine, small pieces. And then I just usually put it in a cup with a fork and just kind of whisk it if I don't have this. But for now, I'm gonna use this because it blends super, super well and I like it best. So first of all, I'm going to do, and because I'm on prep and being strict, I do like to measure exactly everything so I know what I'm doing, but you don't have to. So I'll just tell you what I'm doing and then I'll show you what you can do for the measurements instead. So first of all, I'm gonna put in the Dijon mustard. And usually I would put in like 1 teaspoon, but I'm just gonna measure exactly and put it on here and put it on my scale so I know. So for me, I'm gonna put in, let's see what I got here. I'm gonna measure this as 0.2 fluid ounces, because 1 ounce is quite a bit. So 0.2 is just over a teaspoon. So, oh, there's 2. So we're good with that. Next, I'm gonna do the lemon, and then I usually just eyeball this and kind of decide how much I want.
Just come up here, get the seeds out, and then I just like put in here. It's not pretty, but doesn't matter. Make sure you don't squeeze the seeds in there because I've done that a lot. Okay, remove that.
And lemon juice, actually, you need a lot of it for it to actually be calories. So it's usually like 0 calories or like 1 calorie. It's like nothing. Next, apple cider vinegar. And if you do have the one with the mother, make sure you shake it because then you get the mother all mixed up in there. And again, apple cider vinegar is 0 calories as well, so that's great. And I usually just do 1 tablespoon. Next, balsamic vinegar, and depending on how vinegary you like your stuff, add less or more. I usually add a lot, and again, this is a single serving, but you're gonna see there's gonna be like a lot in there just because I love like the sauce and I can get away with it. So for the balsamic vinegar, I usually do 2 tablespoons. And next is olive oil. So normally, like I was saying before, people put in a lot more olive oil because they do like a 50-50 almost of olive oil and a vinaigrette. But for me, I'm only gonna put half a teaspoon, and half a teaspoon is 20 calories. So off season, I'd probably put in 1 whole, or if I'm gonna trade out my fats at my dinner for something else, maybe a lot, a bit more, a bit less. But for now, I'm just gonna put in half a teaspoon.
Oops, and that was a heaping teaspoon, so looks like I'm taking my fat calories out of my avocado.
Next is stevia or honey. If you're gonna do honey, I suggest putting in 1 to 2 teaspoons, half a tablespoon, depending on how sweet you want it. It also adds a really nice consistency and makes the sauce a bit thicker. If you're gonna do stevia, I literally do I just kind of do a couple shakes and eyeball it. But I would suggest, if you're gonna measure it, doing literally less than an eighth of a teaspoon. Like, it is very, very strong. So don't use too much, and you can always add more. And next is garlic. So if you don't have a garlic press, you can just chop it up in small pieces. But again, it's gonna be as consistent. So get all the garlic out of there. Next is nutritional yeast. So I usually put just a tablespoon of nutritional yeast, and that works out to about 8 calories, and most of that is actually protein. And then with the salt, I would also say probably, like, if you're gonna measure, an eighth of a teaspoon, but I don't measure. I just simply put it on, eyeball it, see what I think is best, and there you go. That's basically your sauce. So move some of this stuff out of the way. Then you're just gonna want to mix it. So this thing is awesome because it's like kind of like a single serving, but if you're making more, I mean, this is still pretty good. So you just put it on in there. It's real loud. And then I kind of just let the stuff sink to the bottom, and then I'll mix it again so I know that everything's really mixed up. I think that's good. Oh yeah. I love this stuff. So I don't know if you can see there, but it has like a really rich color and like consistency. The nutritional yeast makes it a bit thicker, so that's good. If you do add honey, it'll make it a bit thicker as well. But that's basically how you make my all-time favorite dressing, and make a dressing that's super versatile. You can add this on anything, and a low-calorie dressing that you're not going to be like eating the dressings from the store that literally add on like hundreds and hundreds of calories onto your plate. So really, really suggest this, and if you try it, please let me know. All-time favorite dressing, can't say it enough, and I will show you what I put it on and what my dinner is going to be like tonight. Thanks for watching. So as you can see, this is my dinner here. I have the avocado over the burgers and my big salad, and then some raw cashews for some more fats. And then I'm just gonna go ahead and pour this on.
I really love to like pour it everywhere because I love it on both like my burger and avocado, and as you can see,
it's like a lot of sauce. Might be not normal, maybe other people like less, but I like lots. And then also for some extra protein or nutrients, go ahead and sprinkle some of this on top.
So I just grab like some to my hands and sprinkle. This is awesome.
There we have it. So I'm gonna finish today's video here. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you enjoyed the sauce. And if you try it, again, please let me know. And thank you so much for tuning in and watching this, and I will see you in the next one.